What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Blizzard just gave us another hint in-game. Is this related to Hero 27? Is it part of a new animation? Or maybe a new map? Let's find out. I got lots of new hints, discoveries, and even some old stuff that's been brought back up again that might actually make some more sense now that we have this new information. And it certainly seems like a lot of these pieces are starting to fill in the puzzle. Yesterday, I made a video showing off all of the potential new characters that we could have for Hero 27. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and check that out. But today, I want to talk about two of those characters specifically because Blizzard just included some new stuff in one of the maps that seems to indicate one of those two characters is very likely going to be Hero 27. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because anytime awesome stuff happens, I'll be sure to tell you guys everything you need to know about it, so subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of it. Blizzard will almost never go back and change old existing maps. The only time they do is for very specific reasons. One of those is when they're trying to update that old map to more resemble closely what happened in an animated short that they just recently released. A good example of this is Hanzo and Genji's fight in Hanamura. You also have Reinhardt leaving the coin on the throne next to the armor, and several other examples as well. However, we haven't had any new animated shorts or anything that need to be updated. So that's why this next discovery seems to kind of indicate it's more towards the other reason, and that is Blizzard is hinting at something that we're about to get, namely a hero, a new map, or an animated short of some kind. So let me show you what's changed. This is the control center of the Lijiang Tower map set. Now, this map has actually been changed in the past when it kind of gave us all of the hints about the Horizon Lunar Colony map. So we saw those images start to pop up, and that gave us a really good idea that, oh hey, they're going to start doing something with the Horizon Lunar Colony. Now, if you go into this map, you'll notice that the two offices have been changed. So this first one here, you'll see that there's a picture frame on the desk, and it is very clearly Winston and Winston. Well, to be more specific, Harold Winston, which was the scientist that was the one responsible for kind of taking care of the character that we know as Winston. For the sake of clarity, I'm going to say Winston when I refer to the character, and I'm going to say Harold when I refer to the scientist. It doesn't seem that anything else in this office has changed. Also, you'll notice that the chair is meant for a human, not for the giant gorilla Winston. So, who would have this picture on their desk? Well, Winston has this same picture above his workstation on Watchpoint Gibraltar, so it would likely be Harold that is using this desk and has the picture there. The only other person that could possibly want to have that picture of Harold and Winston would be maybe Harold's wife or some other relative or something like that. But there's more stuff, so let's move into the other office. So behind this desk is a wheelchair. Now, if this was just kind of like placeholder stuff, it wouldn't make any sense for Blizzard to go out and actually design the wheelchair to put in this office. There is very clearly a specific person that is supposed to be using this. Otherwise, they would have just copied the same chair from the other office and just put that in here as well. Like, there's no reason for them to make like extra custom stuff. So then we have to ask, well, who's going to be using this? It could be Harold. Maybe he was injured during the incident on the Horizon Lunar Colony, and maybe now he's confined to a wheelchair. But why would he have the picture on the other desk? That doesn't really make too much sense. So it's probably somebody else. The more important question, though, is why did they just add this to the game now? And it's likely because it's going to be used in some sort of animated short or something that's coming up very soon. Most likely the announcement of Hero 27. So during the animated short or the origin story of that next character, it's going to take place at least partly in the Lijiang Tower map. So they added the wheelchair and the picture frame on the desk in order to simply kind of like more coincide with what we see during the animated short. And even if it's not intended for a new video, it's still likely being used as a hint towards the next character. because again, we've seen that sort of stuff over and over and over and over again. And it just so happens that there are 2 characters that could very likely be related to this new stuff. So the first one is Liao. He is one of the founding members of Overwatch. In fact, he's the only founding member of Overwatch that we know pretty much nothing about. We've never seen him in any of the comics, any of the animated shorts. We don't know what he looks like at all. Literally, the only thing that we know about him is his name and that he's a founding member of Overwatch, and that's it. But because his name seems like it does come from a Chinese origin and Lijiang Tower is in China, then that could very well be something linked to the Liao character. The other possible character could be Hammond from the Horizon Lunar Colony. So all of the test subjects from the Horizon Lunar Colony have been accounted for except for Hammond. Winston is on Earth with Overwatch. All the other ones are still up and around the Horizon Lunar Colony, but Hammond is nowhere to be found. He could still be on Horizon, or maybe he found his way to Earth somehow, we don't know. Now, also what we don't know is what exactly is Hammond, because it's never specifically said that he was a gorilla like the others. In fact, it's noted that he is a much smaller test subject, and he was very likely crawling through the vents, making noises and kind of disrupting things. So he's probably a much smaller thing. Now, of course, it's been joked that maybe Hammond is going to turn out to be Jetpack Cat, which would be absolutely amazing, but I'm not so sure. Now, as far as when is this next character going to come out, we can look at all of the previous characters and their release schedules, and there is definitely a pattern going on. March, July, and November seem to be the times of the year that Blizzard wants to release new characters. It seems extremely likely that we'll get the character announcement in the first week of March, and then towards the end of the month, we'll get the actual release of Hero 27. There are 2 more things that I want to quickly show off. These aren't exactly new, but they kind of relate to what's going on right now. So this first image is from the Hollywood map, and you see this marker. It says 320 and 27. And then this image right here was taken more recently from the Junkertown map. It's a license plate. It says L0320J. Now, it was speculated that when this first came out, the 320 meant the next hero that was going to be released, right? Because it kind of falls in line with all the dates and everything and the schedule that Blizzard seems to be keeping. But now that we had this most recent thing happen, a little bit more of it starts to kind of pop out. Because before it was just the 3 and the 20 for the date, but now LJ, Lijiang Tower. So it actually kind of makes a little bit more, you know what I mean? So Lijiang 320, I don't know, make of it what you will. What do you guys think about all this stuff? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links are down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.